Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Actually, I had logged in as an administrator in the same link, but I don't know why you guys are not visible there. Okay, so let us start with today's session. So I think only Ankita is there yesterday. Yash has joined us today. He was not there yesterday. Yash, are you there? Can you switch on your camera, please?
Uh, Sir, my laptop doesn't have a camera.
Oh, okay. So Ankita, have you worked anything around that particular elevator pitch after the session?
Not really, sir, because yesterday I was working from office, so at the last session I could not able to join.
Yeah, I saw that you had left in between. I mean, maybe yeah, at around
At
somewhere
around after 1:15 I left
Yes,
because
yes,
I
yeah.
was working from session and urgent meeting was there. That's why.
Okay, no issues. And yes, are you also walking somewhere?
No, sir, currently I'm studying. I'm pursuing my master's.
Okay, you are pursuing your masters. Okay, good. So you guys have completed your SQL, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yes, yes, have you ever attended any of my session?
Yes, sir. Actually, I had earlier enrolled for the investment banking, so I had attended 1 or 2 sessions.
Oh, wow, great. So we must have discussed this elevator pitch and all, right?
Sir, it was a quite long back ago. I don't remember.
In which batch you were there? Which CBOB batch?
Sir, like 5 March.
This March only.
Yes, sir.
So maybe you were part of CBOB 7 or so.
I cancelled that admission and took it in the data science. I hadn't completed the.
But you must have attended at that point of time any
Yes,
any
yes.
of our session. Okay. So the 4 sessions generally we discuss about this elevator pitch and all. That is what we had discussed yesterday. The idea behind asking all these things is just to make sure that today when we are going to proceed with the next part of the session, we are there on the same page and we are able to relate whatever we are discussing. Okay.
Okay.
So let us do one warm-up activity. This warm-up activity is about, so okay, just a second. So this is one activity that generally we do, and this is about, since you guys have completed your where is this? Just a second. Okay, so let us do this one activity and after that we'll discuss. So can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So I want to see what is your understanding about this one concept that has been discussed with you, maybe over 30-40 hours of lectures that is related to SQL. So this is the topic that I'm sharing here in this class, and I want to see that how well you can present your topic under the light of this particular topic, which is called as SQL helps companies make insightful decisions from otherwise useless data. Can we do this?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion? Any question? See, this topic is going to, I mean, in a sense, it is going to give you the opportunity to summarize all your learnings, and uh, in what best way you can represent your learning. That is what we are going to do here through this particular topic. So, Ankita, Yash, Kamlesh, you have any query or any clarification you need from my side as far as this topic is concerned? Please do let me know. Yes, any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Kamlesh?
No, sir.
Okay. Ankita?
No, sir.
Okay. My only request is, and my suggestion is that please do not take help of any tool, either Google or anything. I want you to be honest with yourself, and I want to see that, allow your mind to think, allow your mind to give you the best of the understanding that it has received throughout the training, when you were being taught this particular topic called as SQL. So you may take 15-20 minutes of time, relax, think, deep dive into your concepts that you have studied, try to recall them, try to interrelate them, and then put your thoughts. Any help from any external source will compromise your thinking ability. And any any data scientist cannot afford to lose his or her thinking ability. So you guys please raise your hand if you are promising that you will not take any external help. Or maybe you can write in the chat box as well. Very good. Ankita? Yes. Very good. Yes. So please do not take help of any external source. Just try, put your thoughts together, uh, write it in your own way. Definitely, when we are going to discuss this, you will be able to learn, and this will really help you when you are there in the interview, that how you can talk about this particular concept called as SQL. Kamlesh, how much time you need for this?
15 to 20 minutes.
Okay. So it is 1:05. I will start at 1:20. So you guys can keep thinking and writing. If there is anything, please do let me know in the chat box.
Yes.
Okay, so ready? Kamlesh? Yeah. Yes, Ankita, any update? Kamlesh, Aniket?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, done. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can you switch on your camera and go ahead?
So I'll start with the importance of SQL. If we talk about the SQL, nowadays it has been very powerful tool in today's where everyone should know at least analyzing the data if you are or wanted to enter the data analytics field. SQL allows you to access a variety of information from database that contains various types of table, such as the information related to customer user logins or product for forecasting data, anything the data that we can store in the form of the database.
Mm.
Imagine if you are building a website that contains the information of login user or customer user, you will require SQL to store the data that is typed on website. Also, we can check the last login of the user in the database. By creating a simple query or a store procedure using a joins and the filter, we can retrieve large amount of data that makes us life very easier to retrieve big data. And in today's day, data is all about. Using SQL, we can perform various hard coded or we can say large workloads. We can reduce that workload in a very easier way. If I talk about my experience, I've been working on SQL since last 1.5 year. SQL has helped me to analyze the data, to find out the various forms of data that is needed to the client in such a small amount of time. And that data, it is helpful. It has been helpful to make decision, to analyze the data. If the data is correct, for example, if the forecasting numbers have come on the right stage or not. So using SQL, using a small store procedure, we can make the work very easier. So, and yeah,
Okay.
if we talk about the data, we need to store somewhere. So SQL or Access database, if we know the coding of SQL, we'll get the Access database also. It's almost similar. So we can work on there also. So SQL, I think it's very important tool if we are entering in the data analytics field, and it will also helps our company to make the insightful decision to get the right data for customer base. Thank you.
So, Ankita, there is something called as scenario-based learning. Now, what is a scenario-based? So, for example, when you are talking about SQL, and if you can create a scenario, a specific scenario, right? So, for example, you were talking about somebody has visited the website. So, at what time he has logged in, what time he is logging out. Maybe, and that is where again today we'll discuss that how we can create a story, right? So, and when you had started, you should have started with a proper definition, or maybe in simplifying the concept of SQL. So why we need something called as SQL, or what is an SQL? Also, you should have touched upon there is something called as insert command, delete command, and all that is there in SQL.
Okay.
So because see
that that we can, if we talk about the store procedure, all the insert command, update command.
No. What I'm trying to tell you is that you should have touched upon a little bit, because see, ultimately it's we are talking about the technology. So I have to show that yes, I know the basics of it, or I know the process of it. So somewhere I have to highlight that. Okay, just a glimpse of that. Just a glimpse of that. Okay. Yes, are you ready, or Kamlesh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, go ahead.
SQL is a major data processing tool. It has been used in major industries like healthcare, IT, as well as sports. Also, it helps in making it is a stored procedure language, which for first of all, SQL is abbreviation of structured query language, which tells us that the data is stored in a structured format, which is in the format of rows and columns. In SQL we performs operations with the techniques like DDL, DML, and DCL. These are like data definition language, data manipulation, and data. I forgot the DCL. Sorry. The companies collect the data from various forms, surveys, and the data is not formatted. And cannot be understood by in the layman terms to other people, or it cannot be the process cannot be performed on the data to project it in a graph, or any kind of visualization format. So SQL help we use we can in SQL we can insert the values. We can update the values as well. We can delete a certain number, certain row which we don't want. We can even alter the number of columns which we want. We can add a column. We can delete a column. That's it.
Okay. You should have given some example as well.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Kamlesh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So first of all, we will start with the name SQL. So SQL is structured query language where we access the data from the database.
Hmm.
So the main motive was to access the data from the database,
Hmm.
and it's very simple. No matter how large data might be, SQL can be retrieved quickly and efficiently. And the main benefit of SQL is that its coding is very simple, other than other coding language.
Hmm.
Uh, and it is now used by uh, it is now used by very big MNCs now.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
it can also achieve processes such as insertion, deletion, and data manipulation
Hmm.
quickly. And suppose I will give example of Flipkart. Suppose Flipkart needs some information about which category of group buys product
Hmm.
maximum. So they will gather some information about
Hmm.
their age and gender. So by by using filter and insertion, they can get the data very easily.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's it, sir.
Okay. Again, I mean, the example was missing. So maybe again, as we were discussing about Ankita, a scenario based, like, so if this is a situation, this is how, this can be done. And these are the certain things that you can follow, and this will be the result, which will be of great help to you. See, whenever we are saying something, we should always try to take it to the topic. So the topic was like, SQL helps you to make an insightful decision with otherwise useless data. So how that decision part is, we are getting to that decision, that should have been discussed. But anyway, I really appreciate your efforts, and I can assure you, and you must be feeling this also, that after doing this particular activity, now you are more confident while talking about SQL. Ankita?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm sure, I mean, because with this activity, you have got another way to explain and to talk about these concepts when you were there in the interview. So the idea was to let you explore. The idea was to let you formulate your own answers, and the idea was to allow your mind to think think in such a way that you are presenting the same thing in altogether a different manner. So this was the objective of this activity. I really thank you for your participation, and I'm sure once you are once you are giving more time to this kind of activity and practice, you will be able to do much better. Having said this, yesterday we were talking about something called as storytelling, and that is what I want to discuss today. And that why storytelling is very important. Now, see, why story is very important, because if you are talking about any data, so for example, Ankita was giving us one example about a website, that how customers are logging in, and what is their purchase behavior, and how SQL, or for that matter, this technology or the data science, is going to help the organization to get the best benefits of such kind of data. Now, all these things, when you are presenting it, it will be really good if you can present it in a form of a story, because all the incidents are interrelated, and when they are interrelated, and when you can give them a context, then probably it becomes a story. So why is storytelling, why storytelling is very important in data science? Can you give me any of your guesses, any idea why storytelling is important? Ankita, Kamlesh, and Yash.
So it creates a flow, how we can visualize or analyze the data.
Yes, very good. So a story creates a flow. Very good, fantastic. Anything else, Ankita or Kamlesh?
The interviewer gets involved in our story.
Very good. And why he gets involved? Because of which
Bec-
element of his story? Huh.
because he wants to know what he's trying to tell us.
Hmm. And moreover, through a story, what happens? Like, for example, again, I want to talk about Ankita's case when she was talking about that visitors on the website and all. See, a story gives you an opportunity to set up the context. So her this example was about the SQL and how they are going to utilize this data, how they are going to manage the time of the time of stay on that particular website, and through this probably the company can have some kind of anticipation about the consumer behavior or his mindset, right? So the story actually gives you an opportunity to set up the context. So the same set of data with the same kind of work, if the context is different, you can present it in the same way. If the context is about consumer behavior, you can present it in that way. If the context is about customer loyalty or something, you can present in that way. So what I'm trying to tell you is that context, or in a sense you can say the objective, you really get an opportunity to define that, to set that. And if once you have set up that particular context, the interviewer is inclined to listen that, oh, let me see how Ankita or Kamlesh is going to justify this, or how they are going to end this particular story, and how they are going to how they are going to simplify that objective, and how they are going to approach that particular objective or the context. And that is why a story, it creates a lot of curiosity. It engages the audiences, it engages the person who is listening to you. And that is why storytelling is very important. Storytelling is very important for data science also, because you are capturing multiple points, right? And they are not in isolation, they are interrelated, and when they are coming together, probably they create the result. So if it is not in a form of a story, then it will really become very difficult for the listener to understand that what actually you want to say, right? So for example, if you have taken you are doing some survey on blood testing and all. So what is the requirement of the machine, what kind of customers are there, their age, there is something called as like fasting sample is there, then post fasting there is a sample. So what kind of age bracket, what kind of what kind of, so to anticipate that how much kit they require to conduct the test, so what is the sample size, so everything. So there are multiple touch points in the data science. It is not, I mean, as you have said that there are 15 lakhs of rows or the columns on Excel that you need to verify, or maybe you need to introspect. So there is not one variable, there are hundreds of variables, and within that you have to find one common point. So when you are touching upon them, if it is not in a form of a story, then it will really become very difficult for the listener to understand when you are explaining it. So coming back to the story part, how we can create a story and what are the integral part of a story. So in that particular process, the first one is character, right? So this is you need to characterize them, so maybe you are talking about FMCG industry with this product and this product, maybe this location, that location, maybe this kind of age to this kind of age, male or female, or likewise, or maybe, so what are the main characters, or what are the main topics that you are going to cover in your particular story, that example you are going to take. Like for example, Ankita was taking that example of website visitors. So again, in website visitors, there can be n number of characters, whether it is uh, a boy between the age of 10 to 15, or a girl between the age of 10 to 15, or it is an kids between teenagers are there, whether they are the adults one. Now even in the adults one, up to age of 25, or like, so you will create a lot of brackets. Then based on their economic condition, there will be one bracket. Maybe based on their purchasing power, there will be one bracket. So likewise, so you need to specify the characters so that the person can understand that this is what you are going to tell me, and this is about this thing. You cannot say, like, when you are talking about, and when you are discussing about the purchase or the consumer behavior or the purchase behavior, we need to know whether you are talking about a male or a female. Even if it is about male, then what is the age of the male, what is the income condition for that particular group, what is their geography location of that particular, what is their eating habits, what is their dressing habits. So all these things are important, so we need to characterize. The second part in this is the setting one. Okay, now what is that you are going to justify, under what circumstances we are going to discuss. We are going to discuss festival data, or maybe non-festival data. We are going to discuss any event based data, or in a very general kind of scenario, whether. So the setting is very important, under what circumstances, under what influences we are going to create something, and we are going to talk about this. Just a second. So that setting part is important. Okay, any question as of now, either from the character one or the setting one?
No, sir.
Okay. What is the problem that you are trying to solve? The exact problem, right? So whether you are going to talk about the sales is down, about that, or the sales have increased, or employees has been resigning, the attrition rate is the problem, or I mean, there can be n number of problems. So what is that exact cause? So we can say it's cause also. So what is that problem, or the conflict, or the issue that we are going to solve through that particular story? And the fourth one is resolution, result, outcome. And what was your findings, what actually you achieved out of that? So these are the four main pillars for creating a story. Now if you have any question here, you can ask me. Have you done any project in SQL and all, or any project with the Marticus as of now?
No.
No. Okay. So let us do one. Let us create a scenario, and let us see that how we are going to solve it. Just a second. Just a second. Okay. So let us do one brainstorming kind of thing. So Ankita, Kamlesh, and Yash. Suppose there is a company, and and there has been a mass resignation kind of thing. Okay. So now you have been asked to find out the exact reason for this. So how you are going to address this?
First of all, data collection.
Okay. So what are the information that you are going to collect?
Like firstly, the which domain people are leaving the most.
Hmm.
Then the age group,
Okay.
salary range,
Okay.
and
Experience.
Yeah, experience. Very good. Ankita.
Yeah, as they have said, the experience matters, the salary, surround, the reason of resignation,
Hmm.
and reason of resignation.
Expectation.
Expectations. Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe work-life balance, career
Yeah.
progression, chances and opportunities, job security. Maybe they are not feeling that this job is secure with this organization,
Hmm.
right? So this is how basically you create multiple touch points and you try to address them when you are creating any, when you are talking about any project or anything that you have done. So the more number of basic details that you can cover in your project while explaining it to the interviewer, it will add a lot of value in your storytelling. It will add a lot of value in your explanation, and probably he will be or she will be listening to you. And if it is apt, they will find it right to give you, the opportunity to work with the organization. So if you have any question here, you can ask me. If you have any question, you can ask me. Now, again, when we are creating the story or we are talking about it, it should come in a form of IBC, that is introduction, body, and conclusion. Okay. So with this, I am sharing this one exercise, and I want you to work on this. So we have 3 people here in this class. So I will give you 3 different topics. You can choose anyone. Can we do this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can take anyone. However, I suggest you to prepare on all the 3, but as of just for this classroom activity, let us take anyone and let us discuss this. Okay. So maybe I think 5-7 minutes are enough for you to prepare the story. Ankita, how much time you need for this?
10 to 15 minutes at least.
Yeah, but make sure that you are writing. Okay, each one of you are actually writing it. Don't just think that, okay, this is in my mind and I will be able to tell you. please write it. If you are taking 10 minutes of time, please write it. It will really help you. After the class, when you are reading the same story, you will get multiple thoughts, and then probably with those thoughts, you will be able to improvise this story. And then you will actually find the best one. So please complete any one of this. And if there is any clarification and all you need, please write it in the chat box.
The story should be real or real.
See, if it is real, then that is the best thing, because see, when it is real, probably I mean, that you will be able to see when we are going to, I'm going to discuss the next concept. So your facial expressions, your voice, your tone, your pitch, because you have really felt it, you have really gone through this, so that will be visible, right? The best part of any story is that the other person should be able to visualize whatever you are saying. So if it is real, it is really great. Kamlesh, is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ready? Are you guys ready?
Yes, sir. Just 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Kamlesh, you have any question? What about situation means? Kamlesh, are you there? Anyone ready? Ankita, Yash, Kamlesh.
Mm, yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Hmm.
So I have chosen a topic. Tell me about your biggest achievement.
Very good.
Before talking about my achievement, I'll just start with my small journey.
Hmm.
So I've been graduated in a pandemic year, which was the 2020. Everyone knows how the year it was. So I was at that time. I have not started thinking about the career or about the job. I just wanted to finish my further studies. Also, I want to learn more. So yes, I've started studying. I've taken. I can't take the at that time. I've not decided to choose any the course. I was only reading books or from online. I was gaining knowledge. So one day I received a call from my company, which is a startup company where I was working as a intern in previous. So that time I was very excited. I felt like yes, I got something. I got some achievement. I think I can start working. But that time my dad was like, let's finish your studies first. So I was like, no, if I got the opportunity, I want to take it. I'll manage the studies and work. So I've taken that decision at that time. So I felt like, yes, I can start. I'll do it. I can know it. I'll do it. So because the period was I wanted to make my parents proud. That was the main motive at that time. Um, yes. So like after I place, I feel like uh, being a fresher, it is really difficult to start a career because and in a startup company, if we talk about, so everything we have to make it as a R&D. We have to research, implement, and show your job. There is no one to help in that field. So yeah, I've faced a lots many challenges in that. Yeah, and um, every each and I feel like till now I've not achieved my biggest achievement. I can say that because yet that day is yet to come. But I feel like each and every day, what I have been gone through or I'm going through, it's a challenge. It's a challenge in myself, and the end of the day, that the small thing, it's an achievement for me because full day I have learned a lot using R&D or anything or every work. So yes, that is my achievement, a small achievement. With that small achievement, one day I will receive my big achievement, for sure.
Ankita, I can say one thing, like when you were sharing this incident or all the challenges that you have gone through, are you feeling in a sense lighter, or are you feeling that okay, yeah, I have said something, it is something which is meaningful? Have you enjoyed this process?
Yes, sure. This is a part of my life, I can
Yes.
say.
So, this is why we are discussing this, because we hardly get any time to express ourselves. Always see, in today's time, when you go to office, you have to consume some data. You are doing that research. You are doing that analysis. You are presenting the report for your bosses. When you have some time, you are either watching your smartphone or something. Still, you are consuming. Then you are at your home and you are discussing something. In that process, still you are consuming a lot of information from your family members and all. When you are there in the market, when you are traveling through a public bus or anything, again you are consuming. We hardly get time to express ourselves.
Right. When you have given this talk, when I started thinking like, gosh, so lots of things
Lots
has
of things.
gone
Yes,
through,
yes.
lots of things, and I've hardly have think about it, and I've hardly expressed those feelings. Yes, thank you so
So,
much.
so the idea is, again, see, this is what happens in today's time. Why, if you go through that, let me share this screen as well. So let me share this screen, and I have said something in this screen, like, the storytelling can help turn data insights into action. Without effective
Mm,
communication, insights can go unnoticed or unremembered by your audience. Both hard and soft skills are crucial for leveraging data to its fullest potential. Now, what I'm trying to tell you here is this, that like yesterday, whatever we did on today, what we all are doing, this will really create a very remarkable change in your life. I don't know why most of your batchmates are not joining soft skill classes and all, but soft skills are something, if it is not there with you, you will not be able to do anything in your life.
mm,
So that is what we are trying to create, some kind of changes through the activity mode or through some videos and all. What I want each one of you is that you should be confident enough, well equipped enough to talk about your learning experiences, talk about the concepts that you have learned, so that ultimately you are able to get that job by convincing the other person that yes, I am the best fit for this job, right? So please do this, and I really admire you for being there in the class yesterday as well as today. And I'm sure you must have learned something out of these 2 days lectures, and this will go a long way in building your confidence and building your career. So we'll keep in touch whenever you feel like. We are always there. I am there in the WhatsApp group as well. So thank you so much.
thank you so much, sir.
Yes, anything?
Sir, uh, what anything about?
So what is the topic that you are going to discuss?
Okay, sorry, sir. So I have chosen again my biggest achievement.
Mhm.
Actually, this achievement date back 5 years from now.
Mm.
I was studying in 10th, and I had been promoted to 10th like a favor to me. I had failed
Oh.
my 9th actually, so I had faced a lot of criticism for that. And
Mhm.
in my family, I had a competition for the 10th standard with two of my cousins also. And in entire family, I was the low predicted as the lowest scorer of the three bunch of the three.
Mm.
And even few of my teachers also predicted that he might not get good scores. So that was a pretty demotivating situation for me. Later on, in the prelims also, I scored low, and their belief was like firm that yes, he won't be going a long distance. But in the span of 1 month from prelims to the main exam, I clutched the exams and was among topper among the cousins and around 10th in the entire class. So that I state as my biggest achievement
Okay.
because I was able to prove people wrong in some or the other way, and so that is why I'm able to study masters now. To be fair.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Kamlesh.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
I have selected the first topic, my biggest achievement.
Oh, very good. Very good. You all three on the same page. Go ahead.
Actually, it's from my job related. When my manager has given me task about to create and upload some data points addresses to the server. So actually, it takes a bit of a time at that point, and I have no idea what to do right now because I was fresher that time. So I have done some research on Excel and visualize some process and situation and then implemented on the Excel and successfully created and uploaded it on the server. And the manager was shocked actually that time. He asked me, he asked me, how could you do this with such a short period of time?
Yes, yes. Then
Yeah. So I think that's my achievement,
very
biggest
good.
achievement till now.
Very good, very good. You just need to end it with a kind of learning, and that is something I learned, that if we do something like this, we will be able to do this. Just something, add one or two sentences to that. Okay.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good, very good. So now when we have discussed about the public speaking, that is storytelling, then this one activity on SQL, now I'm coming to the last part of today's session, and I'm going to share this one video. Now I want each one of you to watch this video, and post that video we will discuss that what are the things that we can learn as a part of soft skills, which will enable us to in a sense to present our information, our knowledge in a very different way, in a very lucrative way. So please watch this video. This video has a lot of learnings as far as the soft skills are concerned, the communication is concerned, the presentation part is concerned, the storytelling is concerned, a sense of humor is concerned. So each and every element is there in this particular video. See how this person has used each one of them to the best of his ability to create such an impressive speech, and then we'll try and bring those learnings in our day-to-day life, so that whenever we have any such opportunity, we are also able to create this kind of impression. So here is the video. Allow me to share this.
Dhananjaya Hediarachi. I see something. I see something. Dhananjaya Hediarachi.
So can you see the video, and is it audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You and I are not very different from this flower. Just like this flower is unique, you are unique. All of us has something special that makes us as beautiful. Do you know what makes you special? Now the answer to that can be a little difficult to find, because sometimes life has a cruel way of picking out your petals, breaking you in two, and throwing you into the trash. And when you're broken, it's very difficult to feel special. Mr. Contest Chair, my fellow flowers, I can remember the first time I broke. I was 17 years old. I had already flunked high school and managed to get myself arrested. Now, I wasn't afraid of the cops, but there was one person I was very afraid of, and that was my mama. Raise your hand if you have an emotional mother. Let me see. Put them all together, you get mama. I can hear her scream outside the police station. Even the cops were afraid. She came up to me, held the iron bars, looked into my eyes, and I saw a tear coming down her face. Now, I've seen my mama cry before, but mothers cry 3 types of tears. Tears of joy, tears of sorrow and tears of shame. And when a son sees a mother cry, tears of shame, that's a life-changing moment. She looked at me and said, son, I want you to be a better man. That night, when I drove home, my dad was waiting for me at home. Now, my dad is a cool dad. Raise your hand if you have a cool dad. Put them all together, you get my dad. My dad came up to me and said, son, it's okay. You flunked your exams. You already got arrested. That's fine. You get that from your mother's side. I want you to start working immediately. And I said, okay. So my dad took me to meet one of his friends called Sam. Now, Sam was an accountant who had an accounting firm and had generously decided to make me his personal assistant. And there he was. He looked like a teddy bear. But this man was special. I looked at him and he looked at me. And then he said the most amazing thing. He said, son, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. If you decide to work with me, I can help you find that something. And I was like, whoa, that's the first time in my whole life somebody has ever told they see something in me. And I started working for Sam. And every day after work, he used to tell me stories about the world, about history, about culture, about philosophy. And it was much more interesting than what I learned in school. And I discovered I can dream. And I started dreaming, ladies and gentlemen. After 1 year, I went back into high school, completed my exams, and went into college. After successfully completing college, I found a great girl, but not a job. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Have you ever had that problem? And when you're lost, it's difficult to feel special. So I went back to my cool dad. And I said, Dad, I feel lost. He said, you are like your mother. So my dad introduced me to this strange club that had a strange name, with strange people talking. On the first meeting, they told me to do something called a table topic. I aced it. But while I was speaking, I see a strange man seated in the back row, humble, simple, the unfailing quality of kindness in his eyes. As soon as I finished, he walked up to me, looked me dead straight in the eye, and said, son, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. If you come here twice a month, maybe we can find that something. And ladies and gentlemen, I discovered I could speak, and I love speaking. And that led me to become a teacher. I know what it's like to not have enough money in your bank account. I know what it's like to worry when the bills start coming in. And sometimes, in the middle of the night, I wake up my beautiful wife and I ask her, honey, why did you marry me? She says, I saw something in you. But I still don't know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm a dreamer, I'm a speaker, and I learned the unfailing quality of unconditional love from my wife. I was broken, and I've been broken, lost, and broke many times in my life. But the people in my life were able to reach into the trash can and make me whole again. If it was up to me, I would have never been able to do that. And this is why if you have great people in your life, no matter how broke, how lost, or how broken you become, they can piece you back together. Ladies and gentlemen, when I look at you, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. Over to you.
Okay. So how was the video?
Awesome.
Nice.
So what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this? Yes, Kamlesh, Ankita, go ahead.
If you're broken, that's your people can fix you up, they can hold you up.
Okay, okay. No,
And
so
they say so, they can see something in you which we can't see.
yes, yes, yes. And that's why you need a mentor, a guide, a teacher. Obviously, parents are there. So this is like sometime when our parents tells us that, okay, this is what you can do, or this is what is there, and we're like, no, 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 because somewhere it is true that they can see the things for us, right? But my question is different. My question is that, with respect to your communication skills, with respect to the presentation, what are the things that we can learn from this person?
Storytelling.
Storytelling, very good. So he was sharing his own experience in a form of a story where, if you look at the characters, he is talking about his mother, father, himself, then a whole lot of characters, like that policeman, or maybe you know um, that that old man, or that accountant. So he has narrated everything in a form of a story, and it was really very engaging. What else? What else?
He added humor in the
Yes.
story.
So there was a sense of humor. Very good. So anything, when you are going for any presentation and all, make sure that there is some element of humor as well, because see, data and all is anyway very boring thing. So if you have something where people can laugh, or they can relax a little bit, probably it will rejuvenate the entire environment, and they may listen to you again. So very good. A sense of humor is also important. What else? So when he had just started, he had just started with a story, and he has created some kind of curiosity in the mind of the listeners, right? So he was having a roach, and then we thought of that he is going to talk about this, but then altogether he went into his personal life. So likewise, you should be able to create that curiosity in the mind of the listener. Then power of visualization. I'm sure you guys will be learning about visualization as well as a part of your data science program. So you are saying something in such a way that the other person is able to visualize, right? So when he was saying that unfailing kindness and unfailing quality of love in the eyes of that old man, he was like a teddy bear. So in a sense, we were able to visualize that person when he was saying that she held the iron bars. So all of a sudden we had that jail gate kind of thing in front of our eyes. So you should say something in such a way that the listeners would be able to visualize whatever you are saying. And when you are able to create that visualization impact in your communication, it means you have created that trust. You have transferred that belief, through which the person can take a favorable decision for you. I hope you are getting my point,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
So those things are very important, and all these things you can do when you have really experienced it. So when you were talking about your biggest achievement, and if it has been the real one, right? So that efforts and everything, you know, you were able to visualize. For example, when Ankita started her stories, she said that we, you know, like we were the bunch of guys who passed out during COVID. So you all know our situation, and it was like, yeah, we relate to this. Yeah, everybody was like that only, you know. So she was, in a sense, she got everybody on the same platform. That okay, we passed out during the COVID, and it was about online class. Everything was new. Nobody was aware of how to tackle something, how to go ahead, and everybody was clueless. So this is how you create a platform where you bring people along with you, and they are able to visualize, they are able to feel your situation, right? So this is another part of this. Anything else that you can observe or you can share with us? Kamlesh, yes. Ankita, anything else? Kamlesh?
Trying to recollect.
Yeah, sorry, come again.
I'm trying to recollect the.
Okay, Ankita, anything else you can relate? I mean, you want to add to this, whatever we have discussed?
Not really, sir. Can't relate right now.
Okay. Yes, anything? Not able to connect anything else?
No, I think it was good enough.
So one more thing that I would like to add, apart from everything that we have discussed, is that if you focus on his tone, pitch, and voice modulation. So, you know, like when you were talking about something and you like, you know, hey, you know, yesterday I went to Phoenix Mall and I saw Ankita there. She lives in the same area or what, you know? So, you know, that tone, the pitch. So you are talking in such a way that the other person can understand that, okay, you are emphasizing on this. This one is important part of the discussion. This one is okay part of the discussion, so that you know, that voice modulation, because of voice modulation you are able to create this impression. So when you are speaking, when you are saying something, bring that voice modulation, have a proper tone and pitch. If you are talking about something very important, you know, you say this, I mean, that should be visible. I don't know, but if you remember, when we do some casual discussion and all during the classroom and all, sometimes we pat on the bench, you know, this is something happened, or we point out with our fingers and all. So that kind of body language, because whatever I'm going to say, that particular part is little more important, so I want to emphasize on that. So many a time what happens when we are there in the interview or when we are there in the presentation, we go with the same monotonous speed. So this happened when I was in my third year. Just a second. Okay, everything is good.
Papa,
Yeah, just I will after the class.
I tell you that I was eating.
I'm sorry. So you know, so when you have that modulation, probably people will able to relate it. Again, to give you one real life example, how many of you have seen that one movie called as PK?
Yes, that's it. Most everyone have must have seen.
Okay, so Ankita, if you have seen that movie, can you recall that one scene in that movie where Amir Khan is in the jail and he is talking about that the people around here, they use the same word for different things. Acha, acha, acha. Can you recall this scene?
Yes.
Can you recall this scene from that movie? Yes, Kamlesh?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to tell you here is that the emotions, the way you are saying is very important. Right? So try try and bring in, because see, if you are saying something and if it had some part of some element of emotions, some element of your expressions, some element of your voice modulation, then actually you are live in your communication. It is lively then, and then probably the person will be able to visualize. Okay, so this is another part of this is another most important thing that we can learn from this video. I hope you are with me.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so these are things when, like, from today onwards, when you have to speak something either in your office or in your classroom training or anywhere, please see that slowly and gradually we start following all these things, so that maybe you are able to take your presentation, your discussions on the next level. Okay, it is not that we have just discussed, you have just understood and you are not going to apply. No, please apply this. Okay, so, and you have to take a conscious effort. It will not happen unconsciously. You have to put some conscious effort in the beginning. Slowly and gradually, maybe 3 months, 4 months down the line, it will be automatically, it will become the part of your discussion, your communication, and then probably you will be really a very good speaker. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, if you have any question, you can ask me, or else we'll close for the day. Ankita, yes, Kamlesh, any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so we'll close here. In the meantime, if you have any question at any given point of time, when you are there in the center as well, if I am visible and there, please connect with me. I will be more than happy to help you all in any way that I can do. And I wish you all the best. Now start working on your resume and all. The next session will discuss about resume building. We'll discuss how to appear for an interview. And before that, if you need any kind of assistance, you can always reach me.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.